First, he is accompanied by his father, the good neighbor, John Ross, and his coach, the commissioner, Lance Payne. He is the great neighbor, James Ross.
Argyle and out of style. I hate all three of these guys.
His opponent tonight, he is accompanied by the Alpha, Rick Matthews. He is the side show psycho, Malaki Gage.
As aggressive as ever, the main attraction here, Malaki Gage.
He is, they are, of course, the Watch, one of the four teams that we're going to see in this big tables, ladders, and chairs match coming up. And, man, I am looking forward to that like you would not believe.
I would say that the Watch have been hitting the gym a little bit. Both men looking way bulked up, looking much larger than these Ross boys.
Not for nothing. You know, you can see a noticeable difference in the last 3 to 4 months on the physique of James Ross as well. The arms, shoulders, triceps, all starting to fill in. The kid's young.
I've always been impressed by James Ross, even since wrestling him out in Reynoldsville. This kid could be top talent one day. He just has to get out of the umbrella of neighbor Johnny and Lance Payne.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Duck underneath, grabs that arm bar. Now he's transitioning, looks to an arm ringer. Get a little more torque on that arm. A lot of torque there early on. Beautiful counter. Ducks underneath. Grabs the hammerlock. Beautifully done. Malaki Gage, of course, going to quickly find a way out. This guy, as nuts as he is, he knows the holds.
Beautifully done there. I love me some good chain wrestling. Malaki Gage is as good as anybody. Coming up with that headlock. You know well as well as anyone, Kato. Control the head, control the fight.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing I love more about wrestling than the game of human chess. And that's what's being played right now. Who can out-maneuver, who can out-leverage, and who can outthink.
Outthink. Malaki Gage wasting no time right there. We see guys usually take a breather in that situation. Malaki dropping right down into that front headlock.
I don't know. You know, typically, you know, a lot of guys that are fan favorites aren't too quick to want to pull hair back when they get their hair pulled. That is not the case with Malaki Gage. He's beloved by the fans, but not afraid to break the rules. So I'm not sure a hair-pulling, eye-gouging, biting scenario is something you want to get into with the Sideshow Psycho.
Yeah, this man, he comes from a different world, and he kind of lives by his own rules. The fans love him, and he loves being aggressive. Malaki Gage.
Nice takedown.
Beautiful takedown cradle.
Got him. Immediate headlock takeover. Again, back to that controlling the head, controlling the body, controlling the pace. And if you continue to do this, you're going to find a way to win. Nice leverage move. Legs, of course, stronger than the arms. Able to get a head scissors in.
Malaki Gage kips up.
Hold him down by the arm. Transitions here to an arm bar.
It's interesting to see how far these young men have come in such a short time. Malaki Gage follows through with that arm drag with a hold. Knee on the side of the head, and he's just grinding that shoulder. Very, very savvy Malaki Gage.
Absolutely. These are guys who put the work in to improve on a regular basis, and it shows.
It does. We talk about a wrestling IQ. James Ross forcing him into the corner, forcing a break, forcing a breather.
See what we get here. Clean break, clean break. No. Shot under the ribs there. Bit of a liver punch. And there I said, you know, Malaki Gage is going to return it. You don't want to play that particular game with Malaki Gage because he's not above, you know, retaliating in kind.
Malaki Gage running a special today. Gave him an extra one there for free.
Ducks the line. Ducks a secondary line. Catches the arm on the whip. Underneath. Up and over. Big hip toss. Look at that. You want to talk about wrestling.
Beautiful.
And back to that arm. Back to the knee on the head. Beautifully done.
Go airborne on that arm drag, a la Ricky Steamboat. Malaki Gage not giving James Ross an inch in there. I love it.
This is, tell you what, you want to talk about wrestling, not garbage, not half-yard nonsense. You're getting it right here. This is good quality, well-trained professional wrestlers. Beautifully done. And James Ross, a great wrestler in his own right. Beautiful leg sweep. I'll tell you what, it's got to be, what do you think, 110 degrees in this building. You think guys would take it easy.
Beautiful roll up.
Just goes to show what the opportunity to become the Imagine Live champion really means to these guys.
Beautiful step over into a rolling prawn hold there. Oh,
beautiful.
O'Connor roll.
Again to the cover. Well done. Don't give him an inch. Let's see where the cardio is at on James Ross. What an incredible pace these two are setting on a building that's got to be, I mean, I'm not joking, it's got to be 110 degrees in here.
Absolutely. You know, these guys.
And
that might slow things down. These guys, no love lost here. These guys don't like each other and have competed against each other quite often, and they are really throwing it down here this evening.
I wouldn't mind seeing the referee check on Malaki Gage. He hit the back of his head pretty hard on that mat there. And he's getting stretched out in behind the back, pulling on the pectoral muscles on the right side. This is a hold I'm familiar with. I know that stretch can be quite debilitating.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost a Stu Hart special here. James Ross kept that underhook, keeps a hold of the arm of Malaki Gage.
Beautifully countered out with a hip toss.
Maybe not the best idea. He gets countered by that trapped arm.
Went for that European, and James Ross out of the way just in the nick of time.
James Ross, very cagey for a young man. Malaki Gage, ultra aggressive here this evening.
Point of the elbow right in the middle of the spine there on that one. Technically completely legal. Is it moral? I don't know.
You know, I hate to admit this, but I'm equally impressed with James Ross's ability to compete in a 90-degree building with that sweater on. That's just got to be awful. I mean, that just has to be the worst thing.
God, if it's only 90 degrees in here, then I'm doing something wrong. I am so hot right now. I don't know how these guys are fighting right now. I probably would have melted into the ring at this point.
Yeah, these guys, I mean, their thirst for a win and their fighting spirit is just at an all-time high here. Neither man laying back, just putting it all on the line. Oh,
big
halfway across
in the
ring.
Corner. Beautifully done on the suplex. Continuing to target the middle of that spine with that suplex. Not
James
quite
Ross
enough yet, though.
Continues to impress as an athlete. Dumping almost halfway across the ring there. Beautifully, beautifully done. Malaki Gage in a bad spot here. So again, we thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, take a second to like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff on social media. We will be here live every Wednesday for you. Just help us out and take that second, click that bell, click the subscribe, click that thumbs up. We thank you.
I will be
Cobra Clutch.
I will be anxious to see this 4K ability that we're gonna hopefully. Oh my God! That was a knockout forearm.
Discus forearm to the point of the jaw. Starched him.
If Malaki had the wherewithal to get the cover, I think he might have had him there.
You know, I hate to see this, but it's pretty hot in here, and both these men have been put through a lot. It'll be interesting to see which one gets up first here, if either one of them. I'd hate to see this end this way.
Both guys.
James Ross is on spaghetti legs, but he's to his feet.
Both guys, despite the heat, despite the potential cramping that could be going on, still fighting on, trying to figure out a way to get that shot at the Imagine Live title. Big elbow and caught him right behind the ear with that one. He rocked James Ross. Oh, and that was as good as it gets on a European. You could hear it from here, even through the sweater. Another big one.
James Ross has got to be punch drunk by this point.
James Ross doesn't find a way to get out of the gate here pretty quickly. Up and over. Tajiri-style elbow. And he has all the momentum now. Does Malaki Gage?
And it seems like there's still a lot of gas in the tank for Malaki.
Yeah.
He's got an evil look in his eye.
Might be setting him up right here. Turning DDT. I always called it the Smart Mark gimmick. Come on, what the hell? Oh, and Enders just lambasted Alpha with a chair.
Yeah, this was a classic match here on Imagine Live from the Dojo. Probably
Man,
one of the best ones, and it's ruined.
What a shame, man. These two grumpy old men coming out here and just ruining a good time.
Eric Enders has no respect at all.
Oh my God, they just hit James Ross. And now a fight is broken out between the grumpy old man and Ross and Son. Good God, here comes Alpha now. And he smashes their head together. Here goes Enders and John Ross now. And there is the Watch standing tall. Is that potentially what we could see on August 12th? Good God.